Coming up on Tech Tonight, Jesse Matthew was charged with the first-degree murder and abduction of Morgan Harrington.
And Virginia Tech jumped 17 places to be among the top 10% of universities in the world. Find out the details next.
Welcome to Tech Tonight. I'm Michael Esposito.
And I'm Caitlin Murray.
Virginia Tech has won a spot in the National Nanotechnology Coordinated Infrastructure, a National Science Foundation network of the universities with exceptional strengths in nanoscience. The award, which carries $2.5 million in funding for 5 years and is renewable for a second 5-year period, will establish the Virginia Tech National Center for Earth and Environmental Nanotechnology Infrastructure University. Distinguished Professor Michael Hochella, Professor of Geosciences in the College of Science and internationally recognized expert in earth and environmental nanoscience, will direct the new center. The NNCI comprises 16 individual centers, each focusing on a specific area of nanotechnology, such as nanofabrication or nanoelectronics. The network will serve outside users, offering colleges, universities, and companies around the world expertise and instrumentation for nanoscale characterization, fabrication, and analysis. Many of the network centers are joint initiatives of several universities. Virginia Tech is one of only 7 institutions in the network to have its own center. Marina Vance, the Associate Director of the Virginia Tech Center for Sustainable Nanotechnology, will be the new center's Deputy Director.
On September 15th, Jesse Matthew was charged with the first-degree murder and abduction of Virginia Tech student Morgan Harrington. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty in Harrington's case. Matthew is already facing 3 lives term for his June conviction of attempted murder and sexual assault of a Fairfax woman in 2005. He is also charged with the capital murder and the death of UVA student Hannah Graham from last year. In 2009, Morgan Harrington disappeared from a Metallica concert in Charlottesville. Authorities believe Matthew picked up Harrington while he was working as a taxi driver. Harrington's body was found 3 months later on a farm in Albemarle County. Her parents, Jill and Dan Harrington, are thrilled about the charges against Matthew. They have been actively involved in their daughter's case and found it helped save the next girl in her honor. The organization strives to help families and loved ones of abduction victims. Harrington say they will continue to speak up and stay active until their daughter's murderer is behind bars. Dan Harrington released a statement to Matthew saying, quote, "He needs to know we are still present and that justice is coming," end quote. The trial date is set from sometime in July of 2016.
Chaos hit Torgerson Hall on Tuesday. Claire Rigney has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Claire Rigney from Tech Tonight, reporting from Torgerson Hall, where earlier this week, people were evacuated in an emergency situation. Events like this, plus the testing of the VT alert system, show Virginia Tech and the police department's dedication to campus safety.
On Tuesday of this week, students and faculty in Torgerson Hall were evacuated after someone issued a bomb threat. Although the threat was deemed improbable, Virginia Tech police responded by pulling the fire alarm around 3 p.m., signaling everyone to leave the building. People were asked to wait on the drill field, and 40 minutes later, after police searched the building, everyone was allowed back inside.
People are already used to fire alarms. When they hear the alarm, they already know the procedures, head out the nearest exits. People were very calm and collected whenever there's a fire alarm. So I believe, yes, it is a very good way of keeping people calm and collected in an orderly fashion out of the building.
There have been several tests of the VT Alert system this semester. VT Alerts provides emergency notifications to students through email and text message.
Well, I believe that sending out text message to people is a good way because everyone's always on their phones. It's the main way we communicate now.
The Wi-Fi is not always working for me, so I don't always get texts or emails in buildings. So I think it'd be more efficient if they had a sound or visual notification on screens.
Although this most recent threat was quickly handled, Virginia Tech has shown great effort in promoting safety awareness so that students are prepared for a real emergency situation.
Reporting from Torgerson Hall, I'm Claire Rigney. Back to you.
Thank you, Claire. Virginia Tech jumped 17 places to be among the top 10% of universities in the world, among more than 3,500 universities, according to Quacquarelli-Symonds World University Rankings released Tuesday. The Department of Mechanical Engineering held a position of 45th in the world for a second year in a row and third year in a row in the top 50. Less than a year after being recognized by U.S. News & World Report as an institution that will appeal to students who plan to enroll in universities outside of their own country, Virginia Tech's rise in international standings is not a new revelation for Guru Ghosh, Vice President for Outreach and International Affairs. Virginia Tech continues to rise in these global measurements because of what we already know, that our faculty, research, and programs are among the best in the world, he said. International research and engagement will continue to play a key role in achieving Virginia Tech's goal to be among the top 3% globally. The QS World University Rankings aim to provide a useful resource for prospective students worldwide who are seeking to identify the most prestigious and influential institution in their chosen subject of study. The rankings are based on the survey responses by faculty throughout the world, but respondents are asked to evaluate own universities in their region. The methodology, as listed in the QS World University Rankings website, consists of 6 indicators that assesses universities in the 4 areas of research: teaching, employability, and internationalization. 4 of the indicators are based on hard data, and the remaining 2 are based on major global surveys, one of academics and another of employers, each the largest of the kind. The indicators include academic reputation, employer reputation, student-to-faculty ratio, citations per faculty, international faculty ratio, and international student ratio.
Let's take a moment for our weekend forecast with Chapin Kofod.
Hi, I'm Chapin Kofod with your weekend forecast. There has been a subtropical low building up the coast of North Carolina for most of this week. It's predicted to head westward and eventually make landfall this weekend. We will be able to feel the effects of this system as it makes its way onto the shore. The system will send moisture our way and make the weekend a wet one. We are expecting to get rain sometime Friday this afternoon, with only highs in the mid-60s. The rainy weather will most likely continue the rest of the weekend. With our area being quite cloudy, the highs Saturdays are going to be in the low 60s. Sunday isn't looking any better, with the highs being in the high 50s. Now, this forecast does depend on what this low does out there. The models aren't all predicting the same thing. There isn't a consistent answer on when this weekend it will make landfall and start to affect us. The only thing the models are agreeing on is that this system will bring strong easterly winds into our area. This weekend is shaping up to be a great weekend to stay in and prepare for the first round of exams. But can't forget to take a break and watch our Hokies head to Greenville, North Carolina, which they will be greeted with some real football weather. The system will bring strong winds to Greenville, so hopefully Motley can run the offense through some tough weather and lead us to another victory. After the weekend is over, it should warm up to the 70s earlier next week.
Thank you, Chapin. On September 19th, hundreds gathered at the Bridgewater Plaza in Smith Mountain Lake to honor the death of WDBJ7 journalists Allison Parker and Adam Ward. Those in attendance at the day-long event sported blue t-shirts reading #SMLStrong. The event was also held as a celebration for Smith Mountain Lake Regional Chamber of Commerce Director Vicki Gardner, who was a victim of the shooting. Gardner was the only survivor of the August 26th slaying that took the lives of Allison Parker and Adam Ward. After the incident, Gardner underwent numerous surgeries to repair her damaged kidney and remove part of her colon. This was her first time returning to Bridgewater Plaza since the shooting. She was helped onstage to deliver a speech, and when she finished, the large crowd gave her a standing ovation. The developer of Bridgewater Plaza, Ed Waters, talked about the memorial, a tower viewer installed on the upper level of the shopping center next to the chamber office. We wanted this memorial to be special and appropriate, stated Waters. The director of WDBJ7, Mike Bell, also spoke at the event, getting emotional at times when remembering Parker and Ward. A helicopter flew over, dropping rose petals on the crowd, and the ceremony was ended with a silent auction. All donations from the event and profits from the silent auction are going to scholarship funds in memory of Allison Parker and Adam Ward. Stay tuned for your entertainment news.
Ma.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Hi, I'm Eva Langelotti.
And I'm Anastasia Conyers with your entertainment news.
This Saturday, you and your friends have the chance to experience why Virginia Tech Dining Services has been ranked top in the country for so many years. The Division of Student Affairs and Virginia Tech Dining Services will be sponsoring a chef's premier dinner in Turner Place at Lavery Hall. Turner Place is Virginia Tech's newest award-winning dining facility that opened in 2012. The event will be taking place in the evening at 6 with an expected running time of 3 hours. Dinner will include several dishes prepared by 5 of the executive chefs at Virginia Tech who plan to provide an unforgettable dining experience. Those participating will have the chance to mingle with the chefs, other families, and even some of Tech's very own VIPs. Tickets are $17.50 for students, $12 for children, and $35 for all other adults. Children under the age of 6 dine for free.
Are there any homesick Hokies out there? Well, cry no longer. This weekend is Virginia Tech's Fall Family Weekend. Come share in the culture and traditions of Virginia Tech. This is a great way to spend some quality time with family back home and introduce them to your new Hokie life. There will be tours, information sessions, a chef's premier dinner, a presidential social, and much, much more for the entire family to enjoy. Don't forget about the football viewing party at Lane Stadium as the Hokies take on East Carolina. They are breaking out the Jumbotron. Other entertainment will take place throughout the game, so you won't want to miss this football viewing party like no other. Registration and check-in starts on Friday at noon and on Saturday at 8 in the morning in the Old Dominion balcony of the Squire Student Center. For more information about the schedule, lodging, or other activities, please visit the new Student and Family Programs website.
The Emergency Management Office at Virginia Tech is holding a big event. Courtney Duke has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Courtney Duke with Tech Tonight, reporting on the Office of Emergency Management. The Office of Emergency Management, or OEM for short, is an administrative service of Virginia Tech designed to keep us safe. In collaboration with the police department, they develop emergency preparedness plans for a wide variety of scenarios. Their most well-known service is VT Alerts, a messaging service that allows all subscribers to be notified of campus emergencies in real time. Emergency management is a hard job, but it doesn't have to be all work and no play. OEM hosted a board game tournament at Gobbler Nights Friday, September 25th in an effort to educate the community on a small part of what they do. Hannah Thomas is a senior political science major and an employee of OEM. We went to her for more information.
We want students to be aware that there is emergency problems, not just in our area, but all over the world. And as well as, while they're playing, we want to give them the Virginia Tech specific resources that are there for them if an emergency happens. So who to contact, that kind of stuff.
That's all for emergency management. I'm Courtney Duke with Tech Tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Courtney. This Wednesday, September 30th, Sam Linkus and friends will be performing in Blacksburg's Market Square from 8 to 10 in the evening. This event is the last to occur as a part of Blacksburg's Market Square Jam, which has been providing entertainment every Wednesday night since June. The Market Square Jam is an annual event that caters to traditional and old-time music and regional musicians, bringing people together from all over the area. Hosts of the Wednesday night jam sessions are oftentimes local performers, given the chance to support the town's commitment to the preservation of heritage music. This year alone, bands that have been included are the Indian Run String Band, Black Twig Pickers, Katie and the Bubba-Tones, and the Happy Hollow String Band. In the event of minor inclement weather, all are still welcome and encouraged to play under the shelter, as the Market Square Jam will go on as usual. Whether you're a musician or not, come out to enjoy fun times with family and friends while taking in all that downtown Blacksburg has to offer.
The Virginia Tech School of Performing Arts is putting on the play Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike, where Chekhov meets Modern Family, directed by our very own Greg Justice in the Theater 101 building. Curtains are open all this week and will run through Sunday. The production will continue again on October 5th and will run until October 11th. Some may be surprised when I say that some of our well-known professors are part of the cast. That's right, Susanna Reinhardt, Natasha Staley, David Johnson, and Patricia Ron are all actors in the show. Broad comic acting is raised to a level of high art, deliriously funny, a heedlessly good time, said the New York Times of the play. You can pick up tickets at the box office in the Squire Student Center. Theater and music majors get in for free. Students can get their tickets for $10 or $5 if purchased with a theater or music major. The general rate for tickets is $12. Check the box office or the Performing Arts website for details on showtimes. Get your tickets now. They are selling fast. Stay tuned for your sports news.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Ali.
And I'm Billy Parvitam with your sports news.
Lane Stadium lit up with the first game of the season that every Hokie was waiting to see. Virginia Tech versus Ohio State. As the lights shined throughout Lane, thousands of Hokies stood for the first time as Enter Sandman roared throughout the stadium. The game began with Ohio State quickly taking the lead, scoring a touchdown 5 minutes into the game. Hokies defense continued to build up, but were unable to stop an 80-yard run by Ohio State running back Ezekiel Elliott, leaving the score to 14-0 after first quarter. With high hopes to once again repeat history, the Hokies entered second quarter pushing through to catch up. Quarterback Michael Brewer threw a 51-yard pass to Sam Rogers, putting the score on the board for the Hokies. At the end of first half, the Hokies were in the lead 17-14. As the Hokies entered third quarter, Brewer took a hit harder than expected, putting in backup Brendan Motley and shifting the momentum of the game. Ohio State took this to advantage, scoring 2 touchdowns in both the third and fourth quarter, leaving the score to 42-17. The Hokies continued to push, scoring a touchdown 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, finalizing the score to 42-21. Although the Hokies were unable to repeat history, they still fought hard to still gain respect against the national champs.
Hokies men's soccer team drew with number 19 ranked Louisville 1-1 on the road Friday night. On paper, the Hokies seemingly had the advantage. Tech struck first with an amazing Merlin Boss free kick in the 64th minute, but then a costly miscue on a cross allowed Shane Campbell of Louisville to score the equalizer in the 75th minute. The Hokies outshot the Cardinals 16-9, including 7-3 on shots on goal, but were not able to score the decisive go-ahead goal. Despite several chances by Boss and Ricardo John in overtime, Virginia Tech was not able to bring home all 3 points, as the referees called a draw after 2 overtimes. The game was also very physical. Both teams combined for 10 fouls, and Louisville finished the game with 10 men, as Watterson Young received a red card in the 60th minute for a late tackle at midfield. Cardinals head coach Ken Lola noted his team's grit afterwards, saying, quote, "We are a team that will fight." Tech returned to Thompson Field Tuesday night to take on the Delaware Blue Hens. Things started off well for Tech when Sam Assom put the Hokies up 1-0 in the 7th minute. Delaware came up with an answer of their own in the 10th minute, courtesy of a goal by Daniel Languna. Joe Schroeder of the Blue Hens received a red card in the 41st minute, and Merlin Boss put the Hokies up 2-1 on the ensuing PK. Tech took advantage of a Delaware playing a man down in the second half, as Alessandro Mione added 2 more goals. The Blue Hens didn't answer, so the Hokies won 4-1 and moved to 4-2-1 on the season.
The Hokies once again entered Lane Stadium for their second game of the season against Furman. The game was also in honor of the military appreciation, where thousands of students filled the stadium in white to honor those who have served for our country. Virginia Tech quickly marked their territory, scoring a touchdown 6 minutes into the game. With just 2 minutes into the second quarter, Hokies backup quarterback Brendan Motley ran for a 4-yard touchdown. The Hokies ended first half with a 21-point lead, shutting down Furman. As the second half began, the Hokies offense exploded back into action with a touchdown by Isaiah Ford 2 minutes in. Furman slowly inched forward in hopes to score, putting up 3 points from a 49-yard field goal by kicker John Hollingsworth. The Hokies continued strong by scoring 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes left to the third quarter, leading the score to 35-3. The Hokies scored another touchdown with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, leaving the final score to be 42-3. The Hokies were able to show their true potential against Furman after the heavy loss against Ohio State.
Last Saturday night at Thompson Field, in a high-profile matchup, Virginia Tech women's soccer lost to UNC 2-1. The matchup, viewed by a passionate crowd, was a battle of 2 top 10 teams, with the Tar Heels ranked number 3 and the Hokies ranked at number 9. Tar Heels' Joanna Boyle had scored a long goal from 25 yards out on an assist from Dorian Bailey in the 21st minute as UNC took a 1-0 lead heading into halftime. The huge Hokie crowd was fired up minutes into the second half as junior Muriel Tiernan's equalizer, her 7th of the season, which knotted the score at 1-1. Katie Bowen, who played for New Zealand in the Women's World Cup a few months ago, scored the game winner for the Tar Heels in the 61st minute. UNC head coach Anson Dorrance had high praise for Virginia Tech forward Muriel Tiernan after the game, saying she was, quote, the best player we've seen all year. But that was all that Virginia Tech could muster up, as the Tar Heels outshot the Hokies 9-6 to beat them for a 4th straight time, and handing the Hokies their first loss of the year. With the win, the Tar Heels improved to 8-0-1 and 1-0 in the ACC. The Hokies fall to 8-1-1, including 0-1 in the conference. The Hokies have their first ACC road game of the year Thursday night at NC State.
Now, although the Ohio State game really didn't turn out as we expected, that atmosphere in Lane Stadium with thousands of Hokies cheering and the Enter Sandman playing for the first time for many freshmen was like an atmosphere that I have never experienced before.
Exactly. Being a freshman, my experience, was spoiled because I was thinking, man, is every game going to have this type of craziness and type of spirit? And also would like to just add that although we lost, I don't think it's something that we have to be ashamed of. Coming into the game, Ohio State is the defending national champion. Cardale Jones, their starter, is an NFL-ready quarterback. And even though the final score might not indicate that, I really do believe that we gave it to them till the end. I mean, they didn't just come in here and run us over. They came in and pulled out a tough victory, and hats off to them.
Oh, yeah. And plus, the Hokies were able to show their true potential against a Purdue and Furman game. Well, that's all there is for Tech Tonight. I'm Muhammad Ali.
And I'm Billy Parvitam.